What's the deal with this half a beard? So first of all, the underlying reason is that many years ago I was badly burned. So the right side of my face, actually much of my body, is covered with scars. So I don't have hair on this side, almost no hair on this side. But of course, I could have chosen to shave, and then I would look less asymmetrical. And it started with a hike I took for a month. And during that month, I just didn't shave. And at the end of it, I looked a little bit like this. Well, a bit more, maybe a bit rougher than this. And it was an odd look. I didn't look at myself in the mirror for this month of a hike. And when I emerged, it did look strange. But there was another thing is that I said to myself that this is me. I'm injured. I'm not symmetrical. I have lots of other non-symmetries, my hands and so on, and this is part of who I am. That journey, by the way, was an amazing journey, amazing hike. But the end of it, it was part of accepting my own lack of symmetry and actually embracing it, saying to myself that that's just part of me, and that's that. But over time, it became more than that. It wasn't just about accepting myself. There are lots of people with injuries around, and we don't see them that often outside. Right? If you walk in a regular street, how many people do you see with injuries, disabilities, and so on? And to a large extent, people with disabilities hide a little bit. And I can tell you that I remember the early days of being outside in the world with very visible scars is not fun. Sometimes people would point at me and laugh. People didn't know always how to deal with me. Parents would tell their kids, "You see, this is what would happen if you play with fire." Wasn't necessarily pleasant. And over the years, since I had this half a beard, I got lots of emails from people, sometimes phone calls of thanking me that it gives them a little bit more courage to go outside with their own injury. It's very obvious, right? I'm not embarrassed about it. In fact, I emphasize it with this half a beard. And I actually think it's important. If I think about my old self that was bashful and embarrassed and people pointing and laughing, that was not a good way to be in society. But the more people don't hide their injuries and show them, the more people would get used to it. I'm not blaming the people who laughed or pointed or didn't know how to shake my hand. That's it's normal. Or you don't see that many injuries and you don't have that much experience with people with disabilities. But the more people go out, share their injuries, are less embarrassed, expose themselves, the more society would start treating it as normal. So it started with the injury. It developed as a mistake because I didn't shave for a month. It became a symbol for myself, for understanding myself. And then I think it became something even slightly more than that, where I actually think that lots of people with injuries, we need to create a bit more awareness, and this is one of my ways. So this is not just one reason for half a beard, it's multiple reasons. All the best. Bye.